Okay, so this is our video on our covalent Lewis structure. So I'm going to do an example for you. If you haven't done your notes yet to learn how to do the Lewis structure for covalence, please go do that now. But you want to go ahead and find on Classroom, click on Classwork, Unit 6. You want to find the assignment, Covalent Lewis Structure Worksheet, and open up your copy, okay? And one of the things about this is it has 6 of them that I want you to do. Make sure that you follow the octet rule and there are correct number of valent electrons and all atoms have their correct charge. Actually, this one, just so you know, this is going to be taken off. This must have been when I was doing ionic with this one. But you don't have that, okay? The one thing in covalent you want to make sure all elements have their lone pairs if needed. Remember, we need to make sure that you add those lone pairs as well, okay? All right, so I'm going to actually show you water here. So and then you can do the other 5. So let's go ahead and get started with water. When you are done, I forgot to put this on there. When you are done, you're going to actually add a picture of your assignment here. It can be on the next page, whatever, but you want to go ahead, take a picture. The easiest thing is to go ahead and upload it into your drive if it's on your phone. And then you want to go to Insert Image, and you can click on Drive, and you should be able to find it, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I'm going to do actually water on here. So we're going to look at water. And water, as it says, the chemical formula of water is H2O, okay? So we have 2 hydrogens and 1 oxygen, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write out, I have 2 hydrogens and 1 oxygen. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add my valent electrons. And if you remember, hydrogen is in group 1, so it has 1, and oxygen is in group 16, so it has 6. So we'll add our electrons here. So hydrogen each has 1, oxygen has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, okay? So if you can see, okay, that oxygen actually has 2 lone pairs here, so they already have partners, but it also has 2 lonely little electrons. So I'm actually going to rearrange this. If you remember, you do the highest electronegativity goes in the middle. So that's one way, and all the time it does not work. But let's go ahead and look at my electronegativity chart that I have here, okay? And so I'm going to zoom in on this one. And hopefully, there we go. So oxygen has a 3.5. It's way over here on the right. Well, hydrogen has a 2.1, okay? So if I look, and you can look at those on your interactive periodic table online, but hydrogen's going to have, okay, hydrogen has a 2.1 electronegativity, while oxygen has a 3.5. So this one, the 3.5, will go in the middle, okay? So we're going to put oxygen here, okay? And then we're going to put hydrogen. And you can put them here, hydrogen and hydrogen, okay? And then you're going to add, let's look at our valent electrons. So hydrogen, I'm just going to put my hydrogen one towards my oxygen. Will make it a little easier. And I'm going to put this one here. And oxygen has 2 lone pairs. I'm just going to put them up here kind of out of the way because I want my lonely little electrons there, so it's easy for me to make my circles. So I can actually share. This one needs a partner, so there's a partner for it and a partner for this. Now, there are a couple of fun things about water. Is it looks like it would be a straight molecule, but if you actually were to build hydrogen, because of some of, and we'll talk about this in a little bit, in the next notes, probably intermolecular forces. Hydrogen actually comes out to be what we call bent. Okay, and that's because it's like this. So that is actually hydrogen. And how do I know that? It's just something that we know that when we look at it, it's bent. So this would be actually my entire Lewis structure for water. So you can notice I took out the circles, I added my straight lines, and I added my lone pairs that were on my oxygen, 2 and 2. So now if I look at hydrogen just by itself on this left, you can see it has one line, it has 2. Remember, hydrogen has a full octet if it has 2. This hydrogen also has a full octet with 2. And then if I take away my 2 hydrogen here, I have oxygen 2, 4, 6, 8. So now I know everybody has satisfied the octet rule. This would be my Lewis structure of water. Okay. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. But now that I've done water for you to draw that, I want you to do the next 5. Hydrogen chloride, remember if it has an uppercase and a lowercase, that is one element. Ammonium, nitrogen, carbon monoxide, and this is iodine monobromide. So these are all covalent. See if you can figure out the shape of these, and if you need me, please let me know.